Putting a song together, it's much more than just a beat. It was around when I was a teenager. I was really interested in music. I would literally be at school, just have my headphones on. I was kind of like an introvert kid, you know, so I was like, music was my thing. I would just be listening to music all day. You know, a friend had told me about a program on how to make music. I was already interested in how to do it and producers and stuff like that. So when I actually started to do it, I was like, yo, I love this. One summer, just spent the whole summer just making music in my basement and learning how to do it. And it was a real, like, there was a real love and a real passion for it. So I really said, like, this is something I want to do. When I first started making music, I started using FL, and I still use FL till this day. You know, they said if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So it didn't break just yet, so I'm still on it. Usually when I get in with other producers and whatnot, especially FL users, it's just you learn something new. Everybody has like a different technique and a different approach to do everything, which is the beautiful thing about music in itself. You know, you could use the same thing, but you just don't use it the same way as somebody else uses it. You know, so it's every time it's just beautiful. Probably the first person that actually I made music with that was like a actual like artist that had a name and everything was like this artist from Toronto named Socrates. He's like one of the first people to reach out to me and make music with him. He's a legend in Toronto, and he reached out and wanted to hear some tracks and, you know, schooled me a little bit on some things. Although he used different programs and had a different approach, you know, he just taught me a lot of things like song arrangement and putting a song together. It's much more than just, you know, the beat. It's like everything in unison. I feel like the artist and the producer have to connect, because it's almost like the producer provides a canvas for the artist, who's an actual artist, to paint on the canvas. So you got to figure out what it is that he wants to do or she wants to do, and you know, put enough for them to be able to paint their picture as well, and not, like, you know, oversaturate the canvas. Usually when I go into the studio, I go into the studio with no thoughts. Let's just make music. I've never ever went into the studio and like with a game plan ever. It's like I just go in there guns blazing and figure it out. We figure it out and we make it happen. We just have fun. When I started working with Drake for the first time, we were in the studio and there was like, it was really run down. You know, like we didn't care that it was run down. We just wanted to record music. You know, there's like, the engineers like chasing like mice and trying to step on them. You know what I'm saying? So, but we didn't care. We were just like, yo, we want to get to where we want to get to. And I met Drake through a friend of mine who's another producer, and who's also his musical director on tour, named Dalton Tennant, D10. I had won a beat battle and in Toronto, and I met up with D, and, you know, we became friends. We started making music together, and he's really like, yo, man, you should listen to my boy's music. He's really dope. You might know who he is. He's the guy on TV on Degrassi. And I was like, I remember particularly hearing this song from him when we got connected. He played me a song of his called Money. You know, you'd think a rapper rapping about money, there's so much cliche things to say, but, you know, he really brought it from his own perspective, and it was really dope. He just like rapped about like keeping his receipts, and I was like, yo, this is hot. Since I heard that song, I got the vision immediately, and I was like, yo, this guy, one day, you can ask anybody I know, I said, this guy's gonna be a megastar one day. He just gets it. Me and him just stuck with it, and you know, we just kept climbing and kept building. Man, me and him, that's my brother forever, and we talk to each other every day. We crack jokes, we chill, and then with music, we just go hand in hand. You know, I've had the opportunity being with some of the people that I really look up to. Like, you know, maybe a year and a bit ago, I was able to get into the studio with Swizz Beatz, and, you know, it was more than just making music. It's listening to him. He's such a smart guy, and like listening to the things he said and the advice, not only on music, just life in itself. You know, being in the studio with Dr. Dre, somebody who I like, that's my idol, you know, and just seeing how he puts music together, and hearing him talk about working with other artists, and just, you know, and like stories are just so similar in what like stuff that's happened with me and other artists I've been in the studio. So it's like, you know, being around guys that I look up to, being around Pharrell too, like, you know, that's just an influence to me and to the hard work I put into this, and just to see, like, you know, I can actually be able to reach out and learn from guys who've done it before me.
What's up, y'all? This is B.O.B.
This is G-Eazy.
I'm Mo. This is Julia Michaels.
This is Logic. Make sure you subscribe to the Recording Academy channel. Flex.